You remember what it was like being a kid, don't you? You could spend hours playing with cars. They could bring you anywhere you want. They were always the best times. For some people, the cars never went away. They just got bigger.
It's 29 hours.
There.
So you have to drive at least 14 to 15 hours both days.
Correct.
Both days, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
But he's done 16 one time.
I did it. Right.
16 one time.
It's not impossible.
God bless, dude.
What's that, Jesse?
And we're going to film a documentary.
That's right.
Yeah, we
That's
got
right.
to film at the same time.
And filming. I got to be honest.
Is Zach going with you guys?
I gotta be honest.
No.
I'm kind of jealous. I'm not. I can't be around to deal with like just
I'll keep you informed.
be there.
Yeah. Oh, you wanted to go?
Yeah, why not?
Jesus Christ, these guys, these fellas.
I love a long drive.
So, matter of
Off a
fact,
short bridge.
hey, you know what? Maybe when I looked the other day, traffic was heavy because right now it says 23 hours and 40 minutes.
Oh, dude, 23 hours.
23 hours.
Use the Google arrive by.
Yeah,
23 hours is child's play. 29, crazy.
We are going to drive my Mark IV R32 from East Providence, Rhode Island to Texarkana, Texas. Why we are doing that is because I'm a huge fan of Smokey and the Bandit, and I was watching the movie one day and I thought, I've never been to Texas. Didn't know how I was going to do it. Didn't know with who. Didn't know when. None of that stuff. Obviously, the idea just popped into my head. And typically when I have an idea like that and it doesn't go away and it kind of repeats itself over this course of a couple days, I feel like it's a pretty good idea, or at least something I'm going to do because I'm stubborn and I'm not going to say no. So that idea stuck around for a day or two, and I begun to think about how I could plan this. The first thing I needed to do was figure out who the hell was going to go on this trip with me. That was probably the biggest hurdle. My friend Jesse, early on, we were kicking around some ideas about some other stuff related to Revival, in particular the podcast. And when I mentioned the idea to him, he was super into it right off the rip.
Because you gave me a good time. You told me about a good time. We started chatting about it, and it just sounded like a really fun idea, fun opportunity, and I like going on road trips.
From that moment on, it transitioned from an actual idea to a reality, and that is really when the let's plan this and figure this out started. First thing was first, we had to get some support from some different companies. So we developed a pitch deck and figured, hey, we got to let other people know what this actual idea is and how we intend to do it. We did that. We were really successful with that, which was awesome to have a handful of companies support us. That's when I started believing this was actually possible. And we just rolled from there. Again, another hurdle was finding a third person because we had the idea of having my car, a camera car, and obviously you can't shoot and drive at the same time. So we needed to figure that out. We went through a handful of different people, and then suddenly it dawned on me, I think we have the perfect person. Let me reach out to him. His name is Brian Buckley.
Well, I mean, you have to take that into context first. Like, you sent me a text message as a preface to which I responded, I'm out drinking. So needless to say, I don't know which one of us is more problematic, but the shortest answer of it is, yeah, on board. You know, you can't tell me that driving a car a long distance for a dumb reason into a part of the country where we don't live is going to be, you know, a good or a bad time. I'm going to find out anyway. Yeah.
Okay, we need to figure out where we're going to go and why. The idea with that was, well, we're going to go from Atlanta, Georgia to Texarkana, Texas, and have a Coors Light and drive back. Didn't really make any practical sense to drive to Atlanta, Georgia from East Providence for nothing other than saying we drove to Atlanta, Georgia. So we early on changed the route and decided to go from East Providence direct to Texarkana, Texas. Some of the things I'm concerned about. The car's 20 years old. Thanks to FCP Euro, we're going to have a bunch of maintenance parts. We're going to get those handled by KD Designs in the next couple days. That's about all we can do. We're going to listen for any squeals, for any metal on metal, anything that might be a sign of, hey, we should probably address this now before it's on the side of a road. But I'm pretty confident we'll be okay. That's probably my biggest concern. The rest is, it is what it is. With some of the best people around, no list was too big to get the R32 ready for the long trip ahead. Kyle and Donnie started quickly on the suspension components and bolt-on pieces of the R32. After tackling all the suspension, it was time to move on to some of the messier components.
I mean, I just felt like if we did all this is like
Oh yeah,
the big majority of the stuff, dude. You know what I mean?
takes up the biggest piece of time, and then hopefully
Yeah.
see what's going on with that radiator. But even that, are you just gonna take the whole front end off?
I was gonna try to avoid it,
Yeah,
you know, if I didn't have to, like
Yeah.
just because we're gonna pull the intake manifold anyways.
yeah.
I'd
Right,
probably be able to get to
actually,
the crack
that's
pipe,
a
but
bunch of- right.
I mean, if we got to do it, we got to do it.
Yeah.
You know, I can't see you driving,
Right. That's knowing
being in the middle of nowhere, dude. Because who's gonna replace the radiator on the side of the road?
Right.
You know.
Yeah, that's exactly. It's just like fuck it. Well,
I know. It's just
it's just because it's like shit.
Yeah.
Whoever takes that.
you're here now.
That's
Yeah, we're here now, buddy. Like,
yeah. That's why
it's
even,
easier to do it now than at the side of the road. Because we're gonna have that, and that pretty much all in one shot. And then we'll have to torque the axles and do the CB radio and internal last.
My stress was certainly building. The car needed some brakes, but we could tackle that when I got back. However, there were some other stuff that were going to need to be addressed well before we left.
They make pigtails or like repair harness. Like, see, this is just shattered.
Right.
The lock is gone. It's completely gone. It's not even there.
Yeah.
This one is just in here, sitting here. Like, watch, I can probably just lift this out. Broken. Which sucks, dude, because you can't really release it. This one is good. The first one was good. The second one was good. The third, the fourth, and the sixth are broken. But again, dude, it's because people don't know how to undo Volkswagen clips.
Yeah, and just fucking.
And they just yank, and that sucks. And the other problem is, like, it's old, brittle German plastic. So that is the other problem. Yeah, look.
Yeah.
So I have to try and clean that up because it's got to work.
The deeper we got in the process, the more old brittle clips we discovered. Some of them we couldn't just let be. One of the problems we ran into is where exactly were we going to get these clips? Thankfully, after doing some digging online, we were able to locate them and get them moving so they were to arrive to us tomorrow.
All right, so those will be here at noontime.
Okay.
So probably what I'll do in the morning is put the radiator back together.
Mm-hmm.
Just let it hang there for now, or at least do something.
Yeah.
I mean, we have plenty of fucking cleanup work to do.
Yeah.
Because that shit is bad.
Yeah.
So we need to clean all that stuff up, clean the valve cover, clean the intake manifold, and then, yeah, I mean, I should have that car back together, I would say, by no later than, if I get that shit at 12 o'clock,
It'll be
it's going to take us a half an hour, 40 minutes to do all the plugs.
Yeah.
I'll have the coil pack ones done in the morning.
Yeah.
Because that stuff will be here like 8 o'clock. And then I'd say like 2:30.
Yeah.
It gives you time to whip it around.
Yeah.
Shake down, adjust suspension. Dougie can come do what he has to do.
Yeah. And then I have
And
all
you
of
gotta figure out an
Saturday.
alignment, and then you gotta do all your wrapping and all that stuff.
Yeah. We went home for the night with a solid game plan how to tackle all these issues tomorrow morning. As soon as the parts arrived, Kyle dove in to replace all the connectors and get us moving in the right direction.
New fuel lines, dude, because like the fuel lines that were on the car, they pretty well. But the fuel lines that were on the car were all dry rotted. So it's just it's a lot of stuff, you know. You gotta, that's the thing though, like you gotta look at that as you're taking other stuff apart, even though you weren't gonna work on that anyways. But you gotta make sure that all that stuff is fixed before you put it back together. Because if not, it's a giant waste of time, and then you're gonna take it all back apart. Want to let it be known that it's on camera that your boy don't use a funnel. Ever. Alright, well, I'm trying to fire this bitch up. I just don't want any of these screws to go for a ride. Just a little bit. But I'd rather make sure that fucking we're good now before we proceed forward anymore.
Things were going exactly according to plan.
My God.
Once the smoke cleared, it was time to start the finishing touches to get us ready for the trip. After some major cleaning and replacing a lot of connectors, and 48 hours of grueling, non-stop repair work, the boys at KD finished the R32 and got us ready to go on our trip. With 4 wheels on the ground, it was time for details by Doug to get the car looking a little fresher. Once it was all shined up, it was time to apply the final pieces. Once again, KD stepped up. He applied some finishing touches to really bring this look all together.
On a high-speed pursuit of Bandit 1.
After weeks of preparation and 2 long days in the garage, it was finally time to hit the road.
Bandit 2, Bandit 1, there is a bump ahead. Look out for a bump ahead.
Duly noted.
pushed through Rhode Island, Connecticut, New York, New Jersey, and ultimately ended up in Pennsylvania. The boys are sleeping over there in the van. It's 7:51. We needed a power nap. We got a solid hour in, which is, I feel like $1 million in comparison. That's where we're at. Somewhere in Pennsylvania. I don't know. After a quick check of the car, some fuel, and spending a little too much time in the men's bathroom, we were ready to go. The plan for today was very simple. Continue heading south, but find some good roads and some good views as we did. We logged the miles and passed the states as we continued on our journey. After enjoying some of the roads Virginia had to offer, we found ourselves in a spot we never could have imagined. You know, in the movies when they say, I guess you're asking how we got here. This is a perfect example.
I'm sure you're wondering why I've invited you here today.
It's something like that.
Yeah.
So we've been driving all night. We took a 60-minute power nap in some Love's gas station in Somerville, Pennsylvania. We hammered down for about another 3-ish hours, drove a bunch of mountains, filmed a bunch of stuff there, and then we stumbled upon, because of Brian, Shenandoah Speedway. We just basically walked in the front entrance because there's a bunch of cornfields over there that we're going to shoot at and shoot some video at shortly. But that's really what caught Brian's eye. And then we just kept driving in and we said, screw it. Let's go talk to the couple guys that we've seen over there. And they were just amazing right off the rip. He just said, oh, you should have just pulled right in. So basically we're on Shenandoah Speedway track because we were pleasantly invited. And we're going to shoot some photos, some videos, and hopefully get a couple parade laps.
This is all thanks to Josh looking like a trustworthy individual.
I think it's a mustache. Maybe the mustache big in VA.
100%.
I don't know.
That's it.
I didn't say much. He just demanded, all right, man, you got it.
Here we are.
Yeah. Yeah, here we are. Oh, that's cool.
We don't belong here. This is awesome.
This is, yeah, this is like... Not to mention they got an Amigo for a pit car.
Yeah, they do. You see the tractor?
Yeah.
Oh my God, that's what I'm here for.
We could have spent all day on that track, shooting photos, videos, and just enjoying being out there. But of course, we had a long way to go, and you know what I mean. We had to buckle down and keep moving in order to get to our destination, Nashville, Tennessee.
Bucky is your new god.
You kids have been worshiping fever all my life.
We made it to Tennessee and buckled down to finish the rest of the night. But of course, we didn't want to pass up seeing some beautiful local landmarks. After 24 hours on the road, we made it to our room and went to bed. The next morning, we woke up in a picturesque scene in Nashville, Tennessee. We were refreshed and ready to hit the road once again. Quick little recap. I'm just waiting for the boys to get back. I had to pull and get some gas. We're already on the road to Texarkana this morning. We're going to do a proper recap later tonight, but I'm just recording this just so we have something in case we need it later. But we're on the road, en route. 6 hours, 7 hours to go. That's it. The car continued to perform flawlessly as we made our way through Tennessee and into Arkansas. Like the rest of the country, Arkansas seemed to be doing just fine. We're in Arkansas somewhere. Arkansas, the entire state is on fire. That's all I've determined. The entire state is on fire. I mean, I have a big beef with Massachusetts and Rhode Island for a lot of reasons. At least our state isn't on fire entirely. I don't know. Sure, some farmers going to tell me it's controlled burn. Did you control it to me?
Pack your respirator.
I did. With my N95 at home. Thought we were done with that. We began to see signs that gave us hope we were almost there. Somewhere in Arkansas, the weather took a turn. After 2 long days on the road, we finally made it to Texas. We, of course, wanted to take a breather and take in some of the sights. we decided to take advantage of the scenery. Once again, nature didn't exactly cooperate. After enjoying the dam, we got some supplies and headed to camp. We eventually found our way to our campsite.
This is crazy.
Ryan's got a table. All right.
Oh my god, the front screens. We've also got that.
Electricity.
Oh yeah, we should have electricity.
Yep. Don't get me wrong, spiders are friends, but
Oh, that one's done. We settled in, got comfortable, and decided to wait till morning to find out exactly where we ended up. I think they're just out there living.
So where are we? What's this place called?
We are currently in Texarkana, Texas at Clear Springs Pond.
This campground here at this lake in Texarkana is so pretty, rain or no rain. I'm city folk, I don't camp, I don't think to. I own a tent so that I can, cut down costs of car shows sometimes. I don't usually think to come to a place like this and get distracted by birds all around. And the trees are different, the smells are different. The lake is absolutely serene. You can probably barely hear all of those bugs that I cannot identify behind us. How are we feeling? I mean, I don't know about anybody else here, but I'm feeling like I've had that tired, sleepy sensation in my eyes for a week now. We've been on the road for a number of days, and I frankly have no idea what day of the week it is. I was referring to yesterday as Tuesday the whole while. I don't think that's right. But yeah, next up, we're gonna pile back into the cars. We're gonna explore the teeming metropolis of Texarkana, Texas. Maybe we'll give a little bit of grace to Texarkana, Arkansas, and then it's nothing but adventure on the way back. We'll see what happens next.
After 1,600 miles, we made it to our destination. We checked out the town and looked for the ideal spot to have a drink. I, of course, had to share with the one that got us here. I'd love to say this was my first time drinking a beer at 10 a.m. in public, but it probably wasn't. However, it certainly was the first time in Texas. As the locals looked on, we snapped some photos, shot some video, and came up with a game plan for the rest of the day. "1,600 miles, 2 days, and many friends helping us get there. After enjoying my beer, it was time to get back in the cars and head home." We enjoyed the blue skies and the scenery as we headed north to our next destination. Along the way, once again, nature had other plans. We found ourselves on some service roads somewhere in Arkansas. We once again took advantage of a moment we didn't expect. Until finally, in the wee hours of the morning, we arrived at our next destination. We checked out some projects and then got some much needed sleep. After some sleep and a refreshing shower, we got ready to start our fourth day. I really kind of gather my thoughts and speak heavily about Texarkana in what we film, but the place is super cool, and it's one of those places where we checked out John's garage and eventually made our way to get some coffee.
What happened, man?
I made it about 25 feet from my driveway and ran out of gas. So luckily we weren't too far from getting the can of gas. The gauge works. I've got really no excuse. It was on empty.
This is what road tripping is all about. A new location, hanging out with some friends, and enjoying some cars. Sharing some stories, catching up on life, and just enjoying everybody's company. It was time to get back in the cars and keep heading home. While we were on the road, I couldn't help get the feeling that something was missing. Finally feeling like $1 million, we were back on the road to head to a surprise location. we were invited to Jesse's parents' house. Of course, we couldn't pass that up on the trip. There, we got a lesson in old farm equipment.
This thing got rolled up in a cornfield. And the old man who was living up there in the tenement house, we had a little tiny 2-room house up there. My grandma rented out for $10 a month. It had no running water. It had electricity, but no running water. And he was plowing the corn up there on the side of the hill and turned it over.
And he was never heard from again.
Never told anybody. My dad, he told Dad it was up there in the tobacco barn. I step right there before I step on the plow.
Okay.
That and that's got to be fully depressed or it'll grind the gears.
Okay. Gear 1, 2, gear 3, gear 4.
Don't put it in fourth.
No,
It'll go too fast and you'll bounce off the driveway.
I believe that.
You'll bounce.
I totally-
It's okay on a paved road, but nowhere else.
So the way this trail goes, does it just go around the house?
No,
Where does it go?
Driveway did it.
I don't think it'll roll over right there.
I hope not.
Way up there it might roll over, but
All right, wish me luck. All right, we're gonna want to clear the way. I don't really know what I'm doing.
After enjoying some southern hospitality and Brian learning how to ride a tractor, we had to get back in the cars and continue north. It was day 4, and we had one more long day of driving ahead of us before the final push home. We pushed on through the rest of Tennessee, into Virginia, and ultimately into West Virginia. After some late night barbecue, we finally arrived to our night 4 destination. Once again, we found ourselves waking up in another beautiful landscape. There was our final travel day. We get to hang out with some friends and start the morning off right.
I love that Daisy's basically been ill for 2 days and now we're eating ground fruit.
That's better than I thought.
It's good. It's really good. It's just a pain. Like, it's like it's
right.
Not,
you got to work
there's
around.
Nothing bad about it.
This is why America is here.
Yeah,
you got to work for food like this.
Like a little gibbon.
If we go back to this, everything will be fine.
You can't get the seed out? Josh will give you a
That's
seed.
really
Oh, this one?
People make ice cream out of it.
That's
here
like 2
and
piece.
stuff.
Dude, like
Moose, rabbits.
like it's better than a banana. It's like a treat.
It is. It's creamy. It's one of nature's miracles.
Yeah, right?
Like,
Yeah.
That's
I'll
alarming.
plant one of these in my neighborhood and they'll just take
Yeah,
it.
then this will happen.
I'm gonna move here and just live in the nature.
You can yeet that into the woods if you want.
Oh, okay. I'll do
And
that.
then another 5 trees will arrive.
You want to put that one? Here, let me get my.
Yeah, so they're good. There's nothing wrong with the way they taste or anything. There's just
Get there, and then hopefully be able to spend some time downtown, which we did.
Yeah.
It was absolutely pouring when we got there. Poured when we slept. It was raining when we woke up. Started to film when we woke up. It's the place, and I've said it on. I said it during the kind of our recaps and stuff like that.
While hanging out, we were inspired to take a family photo.
The others are like, what's going on? This is not okay.
It's my chicken. You're not fried.
Yeah.
You settling in? You good?
I think she's good.
You're good. You're not biting me. That's cool.
She doesn't really pitch too much.
Yeah.
Legal sign-offs involved.
Legal tenders.
Not around the chicken.
Famous bird now. Yeah.
She knows it.
This book?
That's incredible.
That was embargo information. Men in Black flash
This road trip wasn't just about the beer. It was about traveling to new destinations, seeing old friends, and having a lovely time while doing it.
Just coming to say hello.
Say hi to Josh. I know.
We packed up the cars, said our goodbyes, but not without one last cruise together. One of the last times I saw Paul's car was at his hometown in England. To see it here stateside and to drive alongside it was another great moment on this trip. After a nice cruise together, we enjoyed a beverage, said our goodbyes, and we set off to close out this trip. Tired and dirty, we trekked on through the night. We had a donut meet to attend the next morning. We pushed through. Hours away turned to minutes until finally we arrived back home.
I have no doubt that the worst drivers in America are in Connecticut, Rhode Island, and Massachusetts. We just traveled half the country and back, and the worst fucking driver
was right there.
Was 10 feet away. Oh my god.
You came to such a fast stop. I was like, did we just have a big problem?
Yeah, the moron on a rotary just stops in the middle of it.
Stopped.
Now, granted, Rhode Island DOT isn't helping anybody much, but you gotta be fucking smarter than that. Oh my god.
That's great.
Oh.
Ridiculous.
I would have been in jail if we crashed right there. Oh my god. Well, we did it. I don't want to drive again. For like a week.
5 days, 3,298 miles later, we did it. With hard work, attention to detail, probably some luck, and maybe, just maybe, another enthusiast watching over us, we made the trip with no problems. This trip wasn't about drinking a beer. It was about enjoying cars, seeing friends, experiencing new places, and an opportunity to show that cars are much more than just A to B devices. We know times are changing. We can't stop that. But we can create more times to never forget. And of course, never forget the ones that we've already had. Cars bring happiness and enjoyment to people all over the globe. They don't have to stop doing that. They'll get older, we'll keep fixing them. They'll get you to your destination. But they also bring people together, create families, create memories. The future in technology may be right on our tail, but it doesn't matter. We're going to keep doing this. We're going to keep loving these cars. And we'll keep fixing them as long as it takes. They'll keep on chasing us, but we'll keep on running.
stop.